What's up YouTube, Jamel's here, and we're going to do a quick review of the Scarlett Solo Studio, this bundle. I already did an unboxing of this on my channel, so if you want to see everything that it comes with and what it's kind of meant for, you can check out that video. So you can see I already have everything unboxed and set up. The only thing I won't be doing today is the microphone. I'll do that in a separate video, just because I don't have a stand yet. I need to get one, and then here's the included XLR cable. So that's the bundle. So let's go ahead and go to the setup I have already. So as you can see, we got the Scarlett here, headphones. This is a USB-C to USB-A, and if you have a MacBook Pro like I do, then unfortunately you have to get an adapter or dongle. So I have the dongle here. I did a video on this dongle, so if you want to check it out and see if you like it. It's a multi-port dongle with a Ethernet at the end. But you have that connected. As you see, MacBook Pro. So let's go ahead and show you how to set it up in macOS. So we're going to go to the preferences. And I've already had it preset to the sound here, but as you can see, you just go to sound and then go to the USB thing here. Now, I will say, when you first plug this in, it's going to appear as a USB device. At least on macOS, it's going to appear like right here as a USB device, a mass storage device. That is because it has software on here, like this one, the control software. So you'll need to plug it in. It's going to have a few links. You click it, and basically it's going to convert it back to a sound card. But at first it's going to be a USB device. So now I'm going to go ahead and launch this. This software is included and recommended to download, but I don't really think it's useful, at least for this version, the Solo and the 2i2, because these buttons here are already on the interface itself. See, if you go to the settings here, this is all already on the interface. However, if you get an i16 or i8, something bigger, then this software will actually be useful because these buttons are not on that interface. So you would have to actually come here and do the controls this way, hence the name. So for Solo and Studio and 2i2, this is not really useful for you. You can have it just to update the firmware, but you don't really need it. So just letting you know. But make sure you do follow the links on the USB device to activate the sound card, or else it won't work properly. So just keep that in mind. I'm gonna go ahead and close that. Okay, now as you can see, so I already have it set up in macOS. So that means anything you play in the OS is going to go through the sound card. I have it plugged into the included headphones here. These headphones are okay. They're really good for just getting started. I mean, I wouldn't call these professional headphones. They kind of lack bass and some highs. So this is just good to get up and going, which is obviously what this is kind of meant for. So, but they work. So that's the best thing about it. You don't need to buy anything else. You just plug it in and start using. This also has, as you see, it's a nice build, small. That's one thing I like about these, is that it's small, simple, and well built. On the back, you have 2 1/4-inch jacks for speakers. So if you wanted to add some desktop speakers, like I said, usually high-end speakers use XLR to output sound for the best quality. But like I said, this is just meant for up and coming or just getting started, and it's perfect for that. You can use this for podcasting, of course, or simple music production. Now let's go over the actual interface itself in detail. So we have 2 inputs here, XLR and a 1/4-inch. This is for instruments like guitars, pianos, synthesizers. On the microphone side, you have of course your gain. So you have a light around the knob that tells you your levels. So as you saw in the software, green means good, yellow means be careful, red means you're clipping, that's not good. So you adjust the gain to that. You have two buttons on the bottom here. One's 40AV. As I mentioned before, this is also in the software, but because these are on the interface, you don't need to use that software. 48V is to add power to any microphone that needs it, typically found in condenser microphones, like the one included. You'll need to use this button to ensure that the microphone gets the power it needs to function properly. And one thing to also note is never unplug the microphone when this button is activated. So turn it off, then remove the microphone, or else you'll damage this or even your microphone. So keep that in mind. This here is the air function. This is new to the Gen 3, if I'm not mistaken. This adds like an effect to your vocals or recording whenever you're doing. It's more like, I think it's more like a reverb. I haven't honestly used it since I've been using this thing. I just use the bass and do everything in the software I'm using. You have your instrument gain. Of course, you 1/4 inch, so you plug in your guitar, bass, anything. Instrument is for guitar and bass, so this is kind of important because this will determine how it handles input levels. So you would hit that button if you're playing on a guitar or bass, or if you don't have it activated, it'll just be line. That would be for like pianos or synthesizers. It's kind of important to know what you're using because that will determine how the output is. If it's a guitar or bass, and it's going to need a little bit more power to, or amp I should say, to hear the signal. So that's what that's for. Piano and synthesizers don't really need it, so you don't want this activated. So just keep that in mind. Your instrument button. Here is your master gain or volume. As you see, the knobs are well built. They have little grooves on them. It's a really nice build here. Everything's solid. So as you control your master volume, of course, we have headphones connected to the main 1/4 inch. And then you have a monitor button right here. This will allow you to hear what you're doing live. So if you're talking or playing, you can hear it as you're doing it through the headphones. So this is obviously good if you're doing vocals or anything, because you need to hear yourself. So that's what makes that part cool. I always enjoyed this feature. So that's the monitor. And that's everything on the interface. As you can see, it's a nice, tiny interface. So this thing's well built. I definitely always liked how they made this thing simple, but it works well. And as for the headphones, as I mentioned, they're okay. Just something to get started and get you up and running, especially if you're doing podcasting or anything. It's perfect for that. So now I'm going to show you how to set this up in a DAW. So of course I'm doing this for the music part. So let me go ahead and close that out real quick. So we're going to launch the DAW I'm using, which is Ableton. As you see, Ableton. Open it up, and this is what you see. So we're going to go ahead and tell Ableton what to output and input to. Okay, to do that, we're going to do the keyboard shortcut, Command and comma, and it's going to open the preferences. And in here, as you can see, we're already on the audio section, and I already have it the output set to the Scarlett. Now you can either do your Scarlett directly or your system settings. So I just left it kind of at the system, and then input, do the same. Go to the Scarlett. I don't have the microphone set up right now, but when I do, I will set that to there, and it will allow you to record anything you plug into the Scarlett. Here is all your latency settings. So if you have a strong computer, then you can do higher quality audio, lower latency, but of course you want as little latency as you possibly can get to reduce any issues. So that's how you set it up in Ableton, at least. I don't know about the other DAWs, but now you're ready to go, either making music or doing podcasting. Either way, that's how you set it up in Ableton. I'll go ahead and close out of that. So what do I think of the Scarlett Solo bundle? I think this is a really good bundle for beginners or podcasters, solo podcasters at that. It comes with everything you need. It all works well. This is a solid audio card for music production. So if you want to, get started with music, you can always upgrade the headphones as you move on or up in career, Same with the microphone, because I'm pretty sure the microphone is going to be, basic. It's not going to be like top of the line because this thing is so affordable. It's really good for beginners or podcasters. Everything you need is on the interface itself, so you don't need to dabble with software. You just hit buttons and start playing. That's perfect. As long as you have a good computer and everything's set up properly. Like I said, if you want to add speakers, I think this is a really good bundle. I've been using it for about a month now, I believe, and I enjoy it. Everything works well, no issues so far. The only critique I have really is the headphones, but hey, this is what you pay for. If you want to get a better sound, buy better headphones. But for just getting started, this is absolutely worth it. I definitely recommend it. Getting this, the bundle, comes with everything you need, even some software. Comes with the software I'm using, the Ableton, but it's the light version, of course. And yeah, buy this and you can get up and running pretty much instantly. So that is a good thing. I hope you like what you saw. I hope this helped you out and allowing you to make the decision of whether to get this or not. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them. But this is a quick review of the Scarlett Studio, the Solo. And yeah, I will catch you on the next one. Peace.